Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, you and Senator Feinstein, for your tremendous work on the 2018 omnibus bill. It rejected bad policies and put good investments in place for my state, the entire country. We appreciate it. On BPA, what Senator Merkley said. Stake in it, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Secretary. What Senator Merkley said, I agree too. We cannot privatize the transmission lines. Absolutely opposed to it. I think you heard us. Okay.
Not only today, but before.
Okay. Well, let me really focus on the Hanford side, as I'm sure you knew I would. Last year, you told me that DOE supports completing the low-activity waste facility and hot commissioning by December 2023, and I appreciate your efforts to try and accelerate that work. It has become abundantly clear that reaching this court-mandated deadline sooner comes at the expense now at the rest of the waste treatment plant. DOE just spent years resolving the technical issues, and the high-level waste facility is ready to resume design, engineering, and procurement. And technical issues resolution for the pre-treatment facility is nearly complete. So now is not the time to take our foot off the gas. In fact, the recently enacted spending bill that we just approved provides $75 million for the high-level waste facility and prevents DOE from initiating any changes without proper and detailed justification. So let me ask you, Mr. Secretary, has DOE made a decision to place the high-level waste facility and/or the pretreatment facility into an extended preservation mode?
We have not.
You have not. Well, I'm worried because from the looks of it, your proposed budget reflects a decision only providing funding for, and I quote, configuration management of design and procurement documents, end quote, for both facilities. So will your budget allow for any work other than preserving or maintaining the existing structure?
John, I think the study still goes on about how to get that back online. Our focus and what we talked to Bechtel was to get the D-Law program, get it up and working where we could get the, get the waste treated and start it heading off of that facility.
Okay, will you follow congressional direction and move forward with the design and engineering work on the high-level waste facility?
Senator, I will follow your direction.
Okay.
And the committee and
Okay.
Senate.
Okay. And I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that I've been asking you and DOE at all levels for more information on your proposals for Hanford's tank waste treatment mission. I am still waiting for answers and clarity. And I just want you to know I'm not going to support any proposals until we get a thorough review and analysis to Congress and to the state of Washington and to the Tri-Cities community, because DOE has a legal and a moral obligation to meet those Hanford cleanup responsibilities.
And Senator, I think you know that Sea Farm is we're going to be able to make an announcement about Sea Farm and about cleaning up Sea Farm and about that hasn't been done in the past. So I look forward to coming out and making that announcement with you in the not too distant future.
Okay. And I want to follow up on Senator Shaheen's concern, because as she talked about, and I'm worried about, President Trump's budget for DOE fails to make the necessary investments in science and engineering to make sure that we, as the United States, continue our global leadership. Our national labs, you've called them the crown jewels, would be forced to let go thousands of scientists and engineers under your budget. And that loss in knowledge and experience would be just staggering. So I'm really grateful, actually, for the strong support within this subcommittee for EERE programs that support critical research and development, as Senator Shaheen talked about, for energy efficiency, renewable energy, alternative transportation. In fact, provided an historic $2.3 billion in the recent bill. Your budget proposed a fraction of that. It would be a 70% cut, which would have significant impacts to our national labs, including PNNL in my home state and universities and our industry partners. So I am really worried about that and wanted to ask you why your budget doesn't support the EER programs.
Yep. Senator, I disagree with that analysis that we don't support the sciences and what have you. What we're looking at is, I think, a difference in line items. We're standing up an office of cybersecurity with a pretty substantial increase in that budget alone. So I don't see, and I'll go back and reiterate this issue of we're focusing on early stage not more mature technologies. And I think as you've seen these dollars being shifted around, that's where that's where the criticism comes, is that it appears that we're not following the old line item, we're not following the old budgetary restrictions, if you will.
Well, just understand that if we were to enact the budget as she sent it to, it would have a severe impact, a severe cut to our national labs. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.